What's up, guys? Been a little while. Haven't been picking the camera up as much lately. I've been busy with a bunch of different things, really. But right now, finally, some stuff's dealt with. The election's over. The Liberals got in. I can now, well, I can't yet, but soon I'll be legally able to puff, which is pretty cool. I've only been waiting most of my life for that one. But the old truck's still going. For how long, I don't know. She's getting spitting and sputtering a lot worse. But, it still works. It's still driving me back and forth to work. I really got to clean it out. I don't know why I'm carrying around a lawnmower. The lawn hasn't grown in months, or in a month. The old truck, well, nothing's happened with that, actually. If you remember my last update, I told you about all the new parts I put in her. Well, I've been so busy with other things, I haven't had a chance to get back at it, unfortunately. This time of year, you gotta really go at what stuff you can do when you can do it. So, this is, though as much as I like this truck, it's not gonna happen, I don't think, this winter. It just can't, really. I mean, if I had more money, I could make it happen, but on my budget and everything, and my time frame, I'll be lucky to get this on the road in the spring. But it is what it is. It's a project. I don't expect to have this thing on the road, for a while. And even when I do, it's not like I'm going to probably drive it every day. I'll probably have another everyday driver, and this will just be my workhorse. But anyways, actually, something else I can tell you guys about. A little bit of crime in the area. It's kind of funny in a way, but kind of shitty in another. My mother's house got broken into. Well, that wasn't good, needless to say. And the hillbilly was mad, needless to say. The funny thing was, I live in a small community. The world travels fast. People are nosy. So, I went through the right avenues, talked to a few people, put a message up on Facebook, and within an hour, I found out exactly who it was that did it and where they live. So, I was waiting to get off work to go confront said person, but I guess other people were having problems, and he had tried to break into other houses. But he didn't break into my mother's house. My mother's house was unlocked, but he took some change and was going to steal some laptops. Anyways, my mom and her boyfriend came home while he was in the middle of taking it, which was good. Stopped him from that, but I guess he just went somewhere else and was trying to get some stuff out of there. He was hacking out copper, I guess, in a house that nobody lives in. Well, it turned out it was Buddy's mother's house, and his mother had died about a year prior. So when he saw this vehicle that everybody at this point knew in the community was going around robbing places, he went down, he stole the keys, and he called the cops on him, and Buddy got busted red-handed. And he got caught in the middle of a B&E. He's nailed with a few B&Es. He told the cops, like an idiot, that he had cased a few places, so there's a bunch of attempted B&Es, and the guy just got out of jail for doing B&Es. So I'd say this guy's in there for a couple years this time, at least for the winter, so that's good. Hoping he never comes back, and I never hear of him again, because if so, I may have to do something about it, but we'll see what happens. I don't want to be an asshole if I don't have to, but at the same time, guys like that, there is a whole group of them, I guess. He's got some friends, so, got to keep an eye on them, because next thing you know, they're in your backyard stealing your shit. So I like to put the fear of God into people like that so they don't come anywhere near me or my family or any of my friends, and then I don't have to worry about them. But that's a whole other story. Anyways, guys, I have something to show you. Something that you wouldn't think that I don't. That's for sure. Kind of surprised me, but I said hell with it, and I went for it. I think you guys, some of you might be aware, I was trying to trade my three-wheeler for something. Either something four-wheel drive or car or something. There we go. That's a better view. I really got to get set back from the camera. I keep holding the camera like here where you're seeing up my nose, which I don't think that's where you want to be viewing me, you know. I'm like, you're up in my personal space, right? Nobody was mentioning that. Oh, anyways, trying to make the camera as bumpy as possible too. Is that helping? Anyways, so yeah, three-wheeler's gone. All of it. All the parts. Got rid of it all. Don't regret it in the slightest. I'm glad to see it gone, to be honest. It was a fun little thing I did over the summer. Ate up some of my time, but as far as long term goes, I don't use the fucking things. I had two of them that both worked, and I drove them like 3 times. And I could have drove them many more times. I don't know. I never had the interest. I forgot that with the last few bikes I've had, I get them, and then I forget that if you don't have a buddy to go with you, it's no fun. It's boring by yourself, and for me, I can't justify having that kind of money sitting around, especially when I need it for something else. Anyways, you're probably like, well, what the fuck are you going on about, Hillbilly? Just shut the fuck up and show us, would you? You know me, I'm not good at not talking. I'm good at rambling on for hours. Anyways, it was a long journey to get this. It's about an hour and a half from here. I had to leave here after work, go to Buddy's place, and have a look at it, and then he came back here and got the three-wheeler, and then I actually went up and got it. What is it, you might ask? You're like, fuck off and just tell me, would you? Jesus, start beating around the bush, you bastard. You can call me a bastard all you want. I don't care, I am. My parents were never married. Ha! Alright, here's what it is. Dun, dun, dun. What the fuck? Yeah, she's a Jeep Cherokee. I couldn't resist the deal, guys. Buddy messaged me asking if I wanted to trade for a vehicle. I said, maybe. What do you got? He said, no, $4,000 Cherokee. I was like, interesting. What's wrong with it? He said, the steering box isn't the best. Safety ran out, but the body's good in that for the most part. I was like, interesting. So I went and checked it out. Actually, the big thing that was wrong was the shocks were blown. Literally. I'll show you those in a second. But anyways, so I went up, I looked at it, I started it up, I took it for a little rip. I said, fuck, might as well. So I traded them. That was when I got up there. I left here at 5 o'clock. By the time I got there, it was almost dark. By the time we got back down here, it was close to 10. I don't even know what time it was when I got up to his house. I got home that night at 1:30. That's how long it took me to get this home. Between all the driving back and forth, and then I did have to drive slow because of the rear shocks, because it just sounded like the fucking rear end was going to come flying out of this thing. But, anyways, look at the tires on it. Fairly fucking new, I can tell you that. Lots of nice little lugs and grooves in them. Good on the snow and ice. They're Toyo Observers, which means, that would have been expensive. 4 16-inch tires. But anyways, it's got aftermarket taillights and headlights. You can probably notice this one here is damaged. It was actually missing the majority of the cover piece. You can see it's kind of glued and taped back together. That was me. I did that the other day after I got it home. I actually cobbled it back together a little better when I was, now that I got it home. I had it taped up already, but it looked like crap. So I figured I'd make it look like, so at least it could pass safety possibly. Right here, you can see there's a little patch. If you look closely, you can see the paint difference. A little rust bubble under there. I didn't get that, but whatever. I don't know how well you'll see it, but right in here, it's all solid now. But that was all a strip of rust from there to about here, just like that. And this all here was all rough and bubbling out, so sand her down. Not absolutely perfect. The edges here is a little marked up, but you know, I had the right paint on there, probably helped. I actually took my time. I wasn't looking to do that. Give you the inside tour. Wow. Oh god, this thing's so comfy, guys. I don't know if these are factory lights or not, but they're so fucking bright. They might be LEDs. I'm not sure. Oh, so let's see. Well, I'm not gonna turn it on yet, but it's got 240,000. It's got the 4.7 high output V8, which I like. I like big engine. She's got almost all the features. No heated seats, and it's cloth, but other than that, it's pretty much got everything, including a sunroof, or moonroof in this case. You can't really see it, but it's there. You'll have to trust me on that one. This guy, what a cool radio this is. It's a Kenwood KDC X598. You can see there's the model number. I tell you, if you want a cheap, easy deck that's gonna fucking make your life a lot easier, get one of these. You can see here, I mean, it's got Sirius, it's got iHeartRadio, whatever the fuck that is. It's got Bluetooth. It's got an iPod button, so it's like ready for an iPod. But this is what I find cool, is this Pandora thing. It works through Bluetooth. I use a BlackBerry for a cell phone, and I just hooked my BlackBerry up to it, like I just paired it with it, and instantly I could play my music from my BlackBerry on this thing, like instantly, wirelessly, no fucking around. I was really impressed by that. I was even more so impressed when my phone rang, and it said press button, so I pressed the button, and it answered the phone. And I didn't even realize there's this funny looking thing here with a little wire on it. Well, that's a friggin' microphone. It's hands-free. It's a completely hands-free friggin' apparatus. So that is pretty friggin' cool. It's got hands-free and complete hands-free with USB or Bluetooth, whatever you want to call it. So that's fucking awesome. She got the heads-up display. Got mileage, the outside temperature, some options you can turn on, like light delays and stuff like that. There's this weird guy with a camera there. Who the fuck is that weirdo? I think I can't see his eyes. Oh, there's one. Anyways, there's a puppy dog. I was wondering why I'm in here. Okay. He doesn't like not being in here. Hey. Easy. You are really hey, come on. He does not like not being in the vehicle. Anyways, the best part is my stereo. It's got a remote. So like when my hand's right here and I don't feel like, reaching over to the volume button, I can just, I'm turning a big round knob, like I can actually just press a button. Seriously, I think these things are so funny, but it does work. That's cool. It's got all-time four-wheel drive, which kind of sucks, and because it's kind of hard on fuel because of that. But at the same time, it's a winter ride, so I don't really care. You can also put it down 4-low, which actually locks all four wheels, I guess. It's got the Quadra track too, not to be confused with Quadra Drive. But I'll just flash her up for a second for you. Hear it, hopefully. Yes. The battery's a little sluggish. Didn't notice. It's got them funky fucking xenon bulbs. I'm not too keen on them, but I got them working. This one wasn't working, so I had to do some strategic wiring. Get them both working, but they're both on now, so that's a bonus. Did a little body work on the hood, just really cheap, quick stuff. That one's really flipping. You'll see that, but I'll check into that. So right here, there's a big hole right there. We'll patch that. Just quick and cheap. Same with this one. There's a hole right here. That was all a big hole. So again, I just patched it really fast. They're not the most beautiful patches by any means, but you know what? I'll probably replace the hood anyways. I gotta work on these lights, I think, some more. I'm supposed to have a controller, I think, but this came with it, and I think this is it. An HID fucking lighting controller or something. Maybe you guys, somebody on my channel knows a bit more about this than me. I don't really know how this works. All I know is that's came with the lights, but that was really false, and that wasn't a problem before. But anyways, I never give you guys exhaust revs. This thing sounds kind of cool, so put you down here by the exhaust. Crap out of there. This is some water in the muffler. Doesn't surprise me. This thing's been sitting a while, but yeah, so she works pretty good. She drove home fairly well, other than the exception of what I'm about to show you, which is the worst shocks I've ever seen in my fucking life. Here's the shocks. Jeez, look at them. Not too bad of shape. Oh, there. The cap's not that bad. One little issue. Whoa. Hello. No, I'm not looking through a telescope. This is the eyelet. This is what it's supposed to look like. And this is what it actually looks like. Wow. Let's see if I can find the inner bushing. Inner part of the bushing. Well, it's right here as well. There it is. This is all that's left. You can see here. That's all that's left of the rubber. That's not going to do a lot. And it turns out, now I didn't know a hell of a lot about these Cherokees, but that's a very important bushing. So important that the ass end rocks around without it. So without it, it feels like your ass end is like falling off, about to roll around a corner without you or something. But luckily, $38, and I found some Monroes. You know, nothing special, but apparently anything's better than the old OEM shocks that came with them. They weren't very good to begin with, and they don't last. These other shocks are off my woman's Yaris. I replaced them a couple weeks ago. This battery looks to be good. I got to put a good charge on it, but it was in the back. I don't know if Buddy meant to give it to me or not. I don't really care because it's mine now. It's not even all that old. It's actually only a year old, according to the sticker on the top. It's actually almost exactly a year old, just over. So that battery's probably still good. It doesn't look bulged. And it's a side post, which is nice. What else was I gonna say? my other shocks right there. It's just as bad. It has a hitch. The tires are good. Brakes are really good, actually. Um, the wiper, I gotta play with this one a little bit. There's no, this bolt that is through there now wasn't. There's nothing there. It's amazing I didn't lose it on the drive home, but I didn't. The other cool thing is this is wired up for a sub. It's been a while. But yeah, as you guys can see, 4.7 high output. I'm gonna have to look at these latches. They seem to stick, especially this one. I don't know why. It's not rusty at all. But yeah, it also came with almost everything I need to wire up an amp. I got my remote line, my RCAs. I believe that to be a ground. I don't think I have my power wire, unfortunately, but I can always get one of those. One unfortunate thing, it seems, is that the rear hatch hinge for the glass on this side is let go or partially let go. So I don't really want to use that if I don't have to, because I don't want that to break. It's not latched. There. Dent right there. Noticed that before. So yeah. Whoa, 21 minutes. There's a video for you. Well, anyways, hopefully this gives you a good update for Munchies. I know a few of you wanted to see different things. I've been asked about the truck recently. Probably just wondering what I've been up to, because I haven't been putting up a lot of videos, and the videos I have been putting up are pretty much all the same. So this is just kind of to let everybody know what I'm doing when, I'm not on YouTube, or, when you don't see what I'm actually doing in my vids, or, what I'm talking about. Anyways, I don't know what I'm talking about, obviously. But yeah, it's a beautiful day outside. Again, gonna love it when it gets nice out like this. It was really cold the other day, so it was nice to see the weather come back. And remember that it's not quite December yet. But the other day it sure felt like it. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this update, and let you guys know what's going on in my world. Right now I'm playing trucks and Jeeps, so that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, that was one thing I didn't mention, actually. One side thing that kind of sucked was this. My monitor heater used to be right there. It's no longer there. I ended up throwing that in for the Cherokee deal. Buddy wanted me to trade him all the three-wheeler stuff plus $200, and that was too much. The monitor heater I only paid $34 at a yard sale, so I offered it to him. I knew I could get more for it if I took the time to get it going, but I said screw it. I offered it to him for the $200 difference. He said yeah, sure. So he owns it now, and it's no longer my problem. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention the dents in the bumper there. I've actually pushed them out the majority of the way. That was like inverted right in. It was whooped right in. So that's pretty cool that I was able to fix that. The only thing now I'm really needing for safety is the steering box up front is a definite thing. I have a feeling there's something in the front end possibly that's a little wonky for might still pass safety, I don't know, but she doesn't steer quite straight. The alignment might be off. It could be just from the steering box being bad though. It leaks really bad, but that's another thing. And there's a little tiny hole on the other side of the rear of the rocker. It's only about 6-8 inches long and maybe 2 inches wide at most. I don't even know if it's that long. It might be 4 by like 1 even. It's a small little hole, but it's in the very back of the back side of the rocker. Maybe you'd even call that the floor, I don't know. But anyways, I have to weld a patch on that because this thing's unibody and the safety inspection laws make you weld patches on for unibody rigs as opposed to weld them on, or as opposed to just, you know, oh, self-tap screw them on. So anyways, it is what it is. It'll, take some time, a little tinkering here and there, but makes a good winter beater, that's for sure. I was not looking forward to this winter trying to drive around that old maroon truck, and I know the green truck just ain't gonna make it. So I'd love it to. I'd love to drive that this winter, but the other thing is I don't know if I should really. I mean, it's an old truck. It'd be nice to keep it off the road in the winters as much as possible. Keep the salt down on it. That way she don't rust out super quick. But then again, she's already half rusted out. And I'm gonna fix all that. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, I'm rambling. It's been like a ridiculously long video. What is it? 25, 26 minutes now. So I really gotta go. Hopefully you're still watching. If you are, thanks. I appreciate it. Keep keep watching. There's more to come. I'm kind of going through one of my ebb and flows of videos, so I may start putting out more anytime. I don't know, but right now I'm kind of on the slow side of putting out videos. So I hope you can bear with me if you find it a little slow. It won't be forever. Anyways, guys, I really got to shut up and get something to eat because it's lunchtime. So I'll talk to you all later. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll keep talking like this. And blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Talk to y'all later, guys. Peace.